So match day one is done. By the time this video comes out, probably a few fixtures from match day two are also going to be done. But we're here to talk about which team has come out as probably the team to go all the way so far. Still early doors again, but which team has impressed us the most up until this point? Karthik, do you want to start out on your end?
France, England, Brazil,
You got to name one. You can't just write out a whole list.
Spain. No, even the Netherlands. But I think I'll still go with France. It's my favorite side. I'm biased, maybe, but I do have a hunch that France might have issues this time around, just because I'm not sold on the central defense pairing. And I'm not even sold on Rabiot playing or starting, to be very honest. So
We did get a goal
I
though
doubt
still.
it. It was easy pickings, to be very honest.
For me, I have to say Brazil, man. I saw that game against Serbia today. Serbia not to be pushed around. I mean, they have a really good team, a really deep squad as well, which is rare for typical
And
World
a
Cup
mean
minnows.
squad.
Yeah, and a mean squad as well, right? But Brazil, I mean, they seemed in pretty much control of that game. You know, they weren't dominant the way you would think a Brazilian team would be, but there weren't really any nervy moments in that team as well. And that attack, man, that attack is just insane, just insane. And Richarlison, I don't particularly have a high opinion of Richarlison, but that second goal he scored was just absolutely out of this world. If he can put in performances like that, there is very little really stopping Brazil going all the way
There's
through,
a
right?
small hiccup, though, a very small hiccup. Their number 10 just rolled off, like he was subbed off with an ankle injury scare. So
Uh,
the story is developing on that one. I did not see any other progress. But if Neymar is out for a few more games, it might become difficult for Brazil because he's playing the traditional number 10, and I don't think they have anyone in that team who
I
can
mean,
uh, fit in exactly.
I think they do though, right? Like Paqueta can really be playing further up the field for them. Jesus, fabulous option for like a false nine position as well. They have Rodrigo in their team as well. Their attack is just really very well stacked. I do agree though, if he's ruled out of the World Cup, then that's going to be a
That's a
problem. But
setback. Yeah,
but I feel like they should be able to get through the group stages even if Neymar is ruled out for the next couple of fixtures. But you're right, like that is a big blow. But again, this like in this game, it wasn't like he was kind of the ball carrier for every event. Like there was so many
that's
other, like
correct.
Vinicius had a really great game. Richarlison again, we already talked about him. Rafinha had a great game. Casemiro had a great game. Both the defenders were really good, and again, they have one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Allison as well. I mean,
Ederson and Allison.
I agree with you in that France is probably the other big dog in there. And for that in that situation, the position that decides it for me is the midfield. France have either a not that great, even if you're taking saying experience in terms of Rabiot, not necessarily the best quality, but Chouameni clearly world class, but probably doesn't have the experience at this
100%.
level.
Yes.
Probably doesn't have the experience. Like him against Casemiro, I would probably pick Casemiro 9 times out of 10. Right. So that is where I feel like Brazil still has the trumps if they do come up against France, which probably, I think the way the fixtures are drawn, they'll probably have to face France only in the final, if I'm not
Finals or
mistaken.
semis, I think.
Semis,
Maybe
I think,
semis.
yeah. Well, you let us know what you think, but yeah, any other shouts? Let's talk about wild horses, dark horses. Let's talk about dark horses. Like which is this team that kind of hasn't been rated yet, that you think will go through? And I'm not talking about Denmark. Okay, a lot of people have called Denmark dark horses. They do not qualify as dark horses
Feel
at this
like it.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could very well be Netherlands, but Netherlands have this royal habit of just letting things go away after being good for so long. But I still think there is some bite in the Netherlands squad.
Yeah, I agree. Netherlands, a good result against Senegal. That was a very, very open match. But again, we have already talked about how good this Senegal team is. And to come away from that match 2-0 up, and Depay wasn't even starting that game. He was still recovering from injury. So I think Netherlands have a really great shout at least making the semifinals. They have a great team there. Lots of world class players in that squad as well. So yeah, let us know again who you guys think were the most impressive so far in the group stages, and who are your Nah, I'm just
Dark
completely.
horses. Dark horses. I know a dark horse. England. England are the dark horses.
Yeah, let us know what you think about England's chances as well. And as always, like, share, subscribe, please. And we will see you guys next time as the World Cup rolls on.